Choice Awards, guys. How much fun is it to be here tonight?
It's
Great.
amazing. It's the people, and you know, it's
They're
nice.
chosen?
The story of Amanda Lee Rogers, who would later become Portia, begins in a small Australian town from the Victorian era. Though her childhood seemed peaceful and idyllic, it was deeply affected by the sudden death of her father, Barry Rogers. This tragic event left a lasting impact on young Amanda, sparking a lifelong struggle with her identity and a feeling of displacement. Her mother, Margaret, a medical receptionist, became the family's sole support, raising Amanda alone in the quiet suburb of Grovedale near Geelong. Even as a young girl, Amanda had a certain charm and presence. She was drawn to modeling, appearing in several print ads and TV commercials, hinting at her future in entertainment. Despite this early public exposure, Amanda struggled with insecurities and grief over her father's death, combined with the typical doubts and challenges of adolescence. Amanda Lee Rogers, later known as Portia, struggled with a deep sense of alienation and a longing for something more, though she couldn't fully understand it at the time. This feeling of displacement shaped her journey. At 15, she made a life-changing decision. She reinvented herself, choosing a new name, PortiaDeRossi. This wasn't just a name change, but a way to leave behind her past pain and embrace a new identity. It was a symbolic break from her childhood struggles, a step toward finding herself. Portia began her acting career in 1994 with a small role in the Australian film Sirens. This was just the start of a long journey into the entertainment world. Moving to Hollywood was tough. She had to leave her homeland behind and face a tough industry where talent alone wasn't enough. She worked hard, even changing her Australian accent to fit in better in America. Her efforts weren't just about fitting in, they reflected her deep desire to feel accepted, a longing that had been with her since childhood. In 1998, Portia's big break came when she landed the role of Nell Porter on the TV show Ally McBeal. This put her in the public eye, but it also brought new challenges. Portia kept a big secret: she was a lesbian, something she was afraid to share in an industry that didn't always embrace differences. This fear of judgment affected both her professional life and her personal relationships. Portia's first marriage, to filmmaker Mel Meddle in 1996, was largely motivated by the need for a green card. It ended in 1999, leaving her feeling lost. She later had a relationship with director Francesca Gregorini, but struggled to reconcile her true self with her public image. The fear of her secret being exposed weighed heavily on her. Everything began to change when she met Ellen DeGeneres, a well-known figure in the LGBTQ community. Ellen offered the acceptance and belonging that Portia had always wanted. With Ellen's love and support, Portia found the courage to publicly embrace her sexuality. She came out in interviews, including with The Advocate, and it was a freeing moment for her, ending years of secrecy. Portia's wedding to Ellen, a small and intimate ceremony, marked a turning point in her life. It was a symbol of stepping into the light after years of hiding her true self. Despite finding happiness and self-acceptance, Portia continued to struggle with body image and eating disorders. The constant pressures of Hollywood and public scrutiny led to a complicated relationship with food, resulting in anorexia and bulimia during her time on Ally McBeal. These private battles were painful and left emotional scars. In her 2010 memoir, Unbearable Lightness, Portia bravely opened up about her experiences, hoping to offer comfort and understanding to others facing similar challenges. Her story stands as a testament to her strength, vulnerability, and determination to overcome adversity. Her journey took an unexpected turn when she announced her retirement from acting, stepping away from the spotlight after years of reinvention, both professionally and personally. While this seemed like a shift away from her earlier ambitions, it marked a new chapter focused on personal fulfillment rather than Hollywood's pressures. Although she remained open to returning for certain projects, Portia found deeper meaning in her personal life and charitable work. She and Ellen shared a passion for animal welfare, supporting various charities dedicated to animal rights. This shift away from celebrity culture brought Portia a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Ellen DeGeneres' story is also one of laughter, trauma, and triumph. Her picture-perfect childhood in Texas was disrupted early when her parents divorced. Ellen and her sister Betty moved to a small town, leaving behind their brother Vance. Ellen's early years were marked by both physical and emotional separation from her father, creating a rift that lasted for years. Her new life in Texas, meant to be a fresh start, quickly turned into a nightmare. Her stepfather, Roy, became an abuser, taking advantage of Ellen's vulnerability, while her mother, Betty, struggled with breast cancer. Roy betrayed Ellen's trust, leaving deep emotional scars. One night, his assault escalated, and Ellen had to flee to a hospital for safety. This traumatic experience began a long period of silence for Ellen, as she kept the secret for years. When she finally confided in her mother, Betty's response was not one of sympathy, but suspicion, deepening Ellen's trauma and isolation. Despite a fractured family life and the burden of her secret, Ellen pressed on. She graduated from high school and briefly attended the University of New Orleans before financial pressures forced her to leave. She worked multiple jobs, including at JCPenney, waitressing, and bartending, all while struggling to make ends meet. Amidst the smoky haze of New Orleans clubs, Ellen discovered her love for comedy. What began as an escape soon became her way of coping with pain and connecting with others. By the early 1980s, she had secured a spot at Clyde's Comedy Club, which helped launch her career. Comedy was more than a job for Ellen, it was a form of survival and a way to process her trauma. Ellen's rise in stand-up comedy was steady, though the wounds from her past remained. She poured herself into her work, determined to outrun her pain. Her 2018 Netflix special Relatable marked her return to stand-up after years away, reminding audiences of her humanity and vulnerability. Comedy led to a successful acting career, with roles in films like Coneheads and as the voice of Dory in Finding Nemo. Television opened the next chapter, with a groundbreaking sitcom and later her highly successful talk show. A pivotal moment came in 1997 when Ellen came out as gay, both on and off screen. While her courage earned support from many, it also sparked significant backlash, resulting in the cancellation of her sitcom. Undeterred, Ellen bounced back with The Ellen Show, a short-lived project that paved the way for her massive success with The Ellen DeGeneres Show. However, as her career soared, whispers of a toxic work environment and unkind behavior towards staff began to surface. These allegations tarnished her image but didn't overshadow her popularity. Her warmth and humor continued to resonate with millions, making her talk show a television staple filled with unforgettable moments. Throughout her career, Ellen remained grounded, using her fame for greater causes. She hosted prestigious events like the Oscars, where her selfie went viral, and built a successful lifestyle brand. Ellen was also an advocate for animal rights and made generous charitable contributions. Beyond entertainment, she used her platform to make a difference, touching lives and leaving a lasting impact on the world. Ellen has always championed causes close to her heart, but controversy continued to follow her. In 2020, reports of a toxic workplace on her show led to an internal investigation and the departure of key executives. Ellen took responsibility, acknowledged the issues, and promised to make positive changes. Despite these challenges, her financial success remained strong. In 2020, Forbes estimated her earnings at $84 million, making her one of the highest-paid entertainers in the world, with a reported net worth of $370 million. However, Ellen's life is more than just wealth and success. In 2015, she was named one of the world's most powerful women, a recognition of her influence. But behind the accolades is a story of personal struggles and public scrutiny. Ellen's vast social media following shows her reach, but it doesn't capture the full depth of her experiences. In 2021, Ellen announced the end of The Ellen DeGeneres Show, and in July 2024, she retired from entertainment, marking the close of a remarkable chapter in her life. This final act was not just an ending, but a journey of highs and lows, laughter and tears, successes and challenges. Ellen's story is one of resilience, showing that even the most well-known figures face unseen struggles. As of November 2023, Ellen still has a massive social media presence, with 139 million followers on Instagram, solidifying her place among the top influencers. Despite this reach, there remains a sense of distance, as Ellen maintains a carefully crafted public image. Behind her smiles and laughter, there is a more complicated reality. Away from the spotlight, Ellen showed a more relatable side. A passionate NFL fan, she supports both the New Orleans Saints and the Green Bay Packers, often attending Saints practices while playfully wearing Packers legend Don Hutson's attire. This down-to-earth, playful spirit, along with her self-deprecating humor, won her the love of millions. Ellen's decision to come out in 1997 had a profound impact on both her career and personal life. The media frenzy that followed hurt her professional standing. In her memoir Love, Ellen, her mother Betty shared the emotional journey of coming to terms with the revelation before ultimately offering full support to her daughter and the LGBTQ community.